What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and welcome to the Weekend Update. Let's get started. Hello everybody, I hope you're having a great weekend. In the previous episode I built this honey farm which I've lived with it for a while now, and I can say I like the amethyst. I'm keeping the amethyst. I still might come in later and replace some of the ceiling with actual honeycomb blocks, and I might need to do something different for lighting because I've noticed a couple bees get stuck in the chains for some reason. As dumb as villagers in this game are, bees seem to be even dumber when it comes to pathfinding, so I might need to play with the lighting in this a little bit. And somebody asked in the comments on my previous video kind of what the purpose of this farm was, and it's to get lots and lots of honey, honey bottles and honeycomb. And with the honey bottles you can make these honey blocks, which is really cool because if nothing else it's a way to kind of store your honey without using up your bottles because you get your bottles back. And so I can turn all of these honey bottles into honey blocks and get all my bottles back and put them back into the farm and get even more honey. And if I want the honey bottles for some reason, then I can just put the bottles and the honey blocks back in here and you can convert them back and forth. So the honey blocks is a really good way to store your honey bottles without using up all of your bottles. So I'm going to go put these back into the machine and we'll get even more honey bottles in the future. But then with the honeycomb, you can also make some honeycomb blocks, which are these guys, and I really like these things. I don't think you can go the other way, so I don't think I can turn this back into honeycomb, so you only make your honeycomb blocks if you actually plan on using them. But I think it's just got a really nice texture and is really good for decorating with, and so I plan on using that in a lot more builds. My build style, I tend to play it kind of safe. I like to use just stone and wood for a lot of the main palette base, and so I'm going to try to be a little bit more adventurous with my palettes this season. But then the third thing that you can do with these honeycombs, and what I want to talk about today, is now with 1.17 you can make candles, and candles are a really cool new addition to the game because for one thing you can dye the candles, and so you can only make this sort of off-white color candle with just the honeycomb and the string. You can't add dye in the candle making process, but once you have a candle you can combine it with any color dye and you can get dyed candles, and you can see all the different color candles down here, and some of these look really amazing. I'm really excited about this. And so I'm actually going to make a couple of red candles, and I'm going to make a couple of white candles. And we're going to start decorating with some of these. I want to start using candles in more of my builds for the lighting. And one of the things that I really like about using candles for lighting is each candle emits a light level of 3, which isn't very much. And so that's light level 3, but you can combine these things like you can with the sea pickles. And so if you combine 2 of them, it's going to give off a light level of 6, 3 is 9, and 4 is a light level of 12. And the reason why I like that is because I feel like it gives us more control over the light level in our world now. You know, torches, they just have a static light level, I think it's 14. Lanterns is a static light level, it's 15. It's always going to be the same. And so if you're trying to use them in certain builds like my ice farm up there, where you really kind of need to limit the light level, you don't really have a lot of variety, a lot of options. But with candles, you can really fine-tune the light level of your light sources, which I think is great. So I'm going to put some of these red candles in my zombie machine because I think that's just going to add to the sinisterness of this. And maybe I'll even have some of them unlit. And maybe we'll put some over here as well. Yeah, I like that. That looks really cool. And then some of these I'm going to put back in my base as well, mainly for decoration. I don't know that, aside from what I was just saying about kind of fine-tuning the light levels, I probably won't be using candles as a primary means of light, because you have to add 4 candles to an area to get light level 12, which isn't as good as a single torch. And so if I really want to light an area up, I'm going to use torches or lanterns. But for decoration, it can look really cool. So one of the things with candles that I'm still kind of figuring out how to use these things. You apparently can't place them on slabs or stairs or trapdoors, like anything that's not a solid opaque block. I don't know about transparent blocks like glass, but yeah, I can't put it here for some reason. But here's the weird thing. you can put a candle on a block like this, and then you can break the block that it's sitting on and the candle just stays there. So it's not like a torch or some other placeable objects that break when the block that they're sitting on is broken, which means that you can do some kind of cool effects. So someone on my realm did this, Dazilosaur did this when decorating his base, and I thought it was a really neat idea, putting a lever under a candle, and now it looks like you've got little candles on the wall with some candle holders. I think that looks really nice. And I think I'm going to add a couple candles in here for decoration as well. Just, they seem a lot more cozy than torches or lanterns. So I really like the candles. Maybe I'll put these last two up here in my enchanting room. Yeah, that's a really good spot for it. I like that. Nice. So yeah, I'm really excited about the candles. I think it's a great new addition with Minecraft 1.17. And that's going to wrap it up for today. Short and sweet, just briefly wanted to talk about candles and what you can do with them in this game, and that I'm really excited. I'm probably going to be using a lot of the honeycomb that I get from this farm early on to make candles and place them around as decoration. I actually swapped out 2 of the droppers that had honey bottles for shears so I could get even more honeycomb, and then maybe later I'll kind of balance it back out again. But yeah, I'm excited about the candles. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thank you all so much, and have a great day.